All right, good morning, everyone. Melissa here. So, I'm thinking, what do I want to talk about, right? I have a bunch of things to talk about, but I'm like, how do I put it into one video? So, basically, guys, when I was in high school, someone signed. No, it was actually, yeah, there was high school, but there was a yearbook when I was in elementary school called, we had our yearbook, but one of my friends said, don't ever change, Mel. Don't ever change. You are like cool. Don't change. You have everyone signing your yearbook. They put nice things about you on there. So I had gotten Nicest Smile. There was something else I got. I thought it was Nicest Hair, but no. It was my friend Karen who had that. She had super natural curly hair. So, was it the least likely to change? I don't know. I don't remember. I had something else. So, I had a friend say, Mel, don't ever change. You're like the nicest person. Don't change. Uh, Guys, you gotta grow in life. You have to grow. If you do not grow, you stay stagnant. I know what she meant. She meant don't change as a person, right? Because you're like this cool person. And I didn't really try being cool. I was just me. Just like in high school, I didn't try being cool. I didn't hang out with the popular kids. Even though I was around people who knew the popular kids, I just didn't go into it. It seemed fake, etc. And I had my own life. So, how do we make sure we're growing in life, guys? Um, Last night, or was it the night before? The night before, I had this major cramp. I mean, major. I was literally on the floor with my leg cramped up so bad I was crawling on the floor. So, my muscle spasm just took off, which I usually don't have a lot of Charlie horses and stuff. So I took an exercise class yesterday. The lady does these classes in the morning. She's older than me, and she's in better shape than me. And I'm like, how is this happening? I'm seeing so many older women who look like they could be retiring, but instead they're taking very good care of their bodies. They're in very good shape. Um, and it's just amazing to me. So she was great. She came up to me after class. I already was going to ask her what to do about cramping. She had great advice. She had great advice about the class. Make sure you're always growing, guys. If you do not grow, and it doesn't mean that you have to totally like change totally as a person. When you do get born again, you are like a whole new creation, but you're still you. I had my cousin's mother, Colette, say to my mom, see, she's still Melissa. She's still Melissa. She hasn't changed that much. Oh, I have changed a lot. I've changed a lot in my life. I'm still who I am at my core, but I also have changed a lot. Um, and you have to. Just like when my husband and I were dating, I wouldn't date him, because he was smoking weed. He actually said he wanted his freedom when we were dating, and he broke up with me, and he went off and he was drinking with these people. Same thing he's doing now. He's drinking, he's partying. He was partying, think he's, cool, sowing his seeds, and then he missed me and he came back. Kind of like a midlife crisis that he's having now. So if you don't grow and you don't change, it's not going to help you in life. You have to grow. So that's kind of like my main message. Like, and when I was trying to help my husband when the house was selling over in Webster, New Hampshire, instead of growing with me, he decided that he wanted to blame me for everything instead of growing. And some people don't want to grow. They don't want to grow. They don't want to change. There is a time that you have, like I remember my childhood was, in many ways there was chaos around me, but in many ways it was simple, it was fun, it was easy. And then life, when you get older, can become a battlefield, right? Because you got so much going on. You're a wife, you're a mother, you got a lot going on. But if you do not change, you will not make it. So make sure you're doing that in every area of your life, guys. So I have my prayer list in the morning when I'm driving to work. I'm headed to work now. I have my, my time. I'm during my break doing business because there's only 1 hour to get business done. On the way home, I'm listening to news. I'm listening to a YouTube channel, podcast, or something to improve my mind. Um, Always be working at things, guys.